Hey folks, it's A Automotive Reviews. The Ford Bronco development didn't actually take longer than expected. They actually did it in a very, very concise, fast manner. Now, way back in 2017, the North American International Auto Show in Detroit, it was first learned that the Ford Bronco was going to make a comeback after 2+ decades of sitting on ice. So you can't blame folks for getting a little impatient in the years since, waiting anxiously for the actual reveal to happen. Now, this past July, in that time period, plenty of rumors were flying that the 2021 Ford Bronco development had been delayed, but it now appears that that simply was not true. Not true at all. Now, we listened to the internet saying how long we were taking. We didn't take long. And we actually had a very quick development process. We worked phenomenally fast within it. Paul Wraith, Bronco chief designer, told Ford Authority executive editor Alex Luft in a recent interview. Much of the reason behind the perception that the Bronco development took so long is that Ford announced plans to bring back the Bronco much earlier than we normally would have announced the regular vehicle, Wraith said. And so the project didn't take longer than expected. No, it didn't. It really didn't. The process was a productive beast, with every day being a qualifying lap, Wraith explained. While the wait between the time the Bronco return was announced and its actual reveal may have felt agonizingly long, it seemed that it also helped increase the tremendous hype surrounding the rugged SUV. Ford secured 165,000 Bronco reservations within the first 3 weeks. They were really available, and has said that deliveries will extend into 2022 because of the extreme demand for the Ford Bronco. Now, regardless when the Bronco deliveries begin next spring, which actually now they moved it back to June, and who knows what's going to happen next, because there is so much unpredictability and there's so much going on with the pandemic and the vaccines, but we just get our fingers crossed and we just hope for the best. It won't be long before everyone forgets just how long they had to wait for the iconic model to come back. It's like when you get a new toy and the time has come for you to play with it. You're like, wow, this is, you got it, and just things has changed. I mean, just look at this. Look at this brilliant, nice picture of the Ford Bronco, the two-door. I mean, it's just on point. I mean, can you imagine just driving your Bronco to this location and you look around and there's nobody around but you, your Bronco. I mean, just you and yourself, just being out and about, just by yourself. And you imagine that. You imagine that feeling. I mean, just being one with nature. I mean, it's just awesome. Just awesomeness. The Ford Bronco is back, and it was first brought to the attention of the world at the 2017 North American Auto Show in Detroit. That's where it was mentioned, folks. The Ford Ranger and the Bronco returning to North America. Now, the Ford Ranger midsize pickup and the Bronco SUV are officially returning to North America in the coming years. Now, Ford confirmed this at the 2017 North American International Auto Show in Detroit. Ford has further confirmed that both models will be manufactured at the automaker's Michigan assembly plant in Wayne. After the Focus and the C-Max compact models currently built there are shifted to the Hermosillo assembly plant in Mexico. Now, no product launch time, has been revealed, but all of this has been moved forward. But this is what happened in 2017. To now, the plant has built. I mean, you've seen the prototypes roll off the line. We have seen them all. And prior to that, they were hand built. And now they're rolling off the line. And actually, the line is being perfected. And the production which was scheduled to be, in March, has been moved back. But the line is continuing, and they're continuing to make these awesome Bronco SUVs. And this is it's just phenomenal, folks. Phenomenal to the max. The 2021 Ford Bronco is coming back, and it's coming back with a vengeance. Now, the Ford Bronco, of course, we know is a line of sport utility vehicle produced by Ford Motor Company and marketed under the nameplate of the Ford brand. Now, the Bronco originally entered the production in 1966 and went through the generations before being discontinued in 1996. The Bronco returned for the 2021 model year as a mid-sized sports utility vehicle, and boy oh boy is it awesome. Now, the information for the Ford Bronco is just awesome and off the chain. The SUV in every angle is just phenomenal. There's so much to see. There's so much off-road adventure in front of us. There's so many accessories you can get. Ford is saying 200 accessories. Just look at them wheels. Look at that. You're talking about 17-inch wheels, folks. They look like 17s from here. But this is phenomenal, folks. The right size. Everything about it is just, the Bronco is just a tough SUV. Brilliant SUV at that. Everything about it is just, it just puts you on the edge. Now, we know the reveal was in July, and it was an awesome reveal. And you can imagine how many people were waiting in anticipation for the reveal. I know I was one of them. I think I had to work that day, which sucks. I was at the hospital that day working. But in my heart was at the Bronco and was sitting in front of the television. But it was impossible for me to be there. But at the same time, much of the reason behind the perception that the Bronco development took so long is that Ford announced plans to bring back the Bronco much earlier than was normally expected, which is something, Ford is on the hit and on the money with this. Now, Rate said, they announced the regular, it took just as long as it actually didn't take long at all. It was quicker than what they would do with a normal vehicle. But the Ford Bronco is on point, folks. I'm gonna make another video earlier about the one guy who was a designer for Ford back in 1966. Who was responsible for making the Ford Bronco and actually bringing to us this. Because of that, we have this retro-looking awesome vehicle here before us. This SUV, and it's just phenomenal in every way, folks. From the suspension, the Haas suspension, the 35-inch, tires. These might be 32s. They look a little bit smaller. And you're talking about the roof, the rails, the sight lines, everything about it is just spectacular. The convertible, the top coming off. You got the roll bars. There's so much to talk about with this SUV. From the doors, actually they have the we haven't seen these yet, but they have airbags in the side of these doors right here, and in the side of these, and that's just something phenomenal. To be able to put airbags in these doors is just, in these tubular frames, just makes it phenomenal. The Ford Bronco is spectacular, folks. There's nothing like this SUV. The interior is actually on point. Everything is just rugged and ready to get out in the outdoors and ready for you to have an adventure and to take it to the next level. Now, Ford Bronco development, it didn't take longer than expected. It actually was done in a more concise and a fast manner. And the CEO of Ford did an excellent job with this, and Ford is doing an excellent job. They brought this vehicle with such precision. They brought it to the market. And so far, they're doing an excellent job with bringing it forth and revealing it to the public and revealing it to us with all of the accessories, all of the packages, everything about it. It's just, I think it speaks different. And I don't think it's like a direct, a lot of people say it's a direct competitor to the Jeep brand, but I think that it's not going to affect the Jeep sales. And I think the Jeep are going to have their fins, and the Bronco is also going to have theirs. And it's going to be great being and seeing them on the street side by side, the Jeep and the Bronco, and basically appealing to two different markets. I mean, one is hardcore, and the other is also hardcore, but also an all-arounder. The Bronco is just an all-arounder. It just can do all things. And it can, the suspension, the independent suspension, everything that's just about it is it's just on point, folks. This is automotive reviews, and basically many of the videos that Ford Bronco development didn't actually take longer than expected. It actually was done. It happened in a very quick manner, and it happened in a very precise manner. And then come back at 2+ decades is seen on ice, and it finally came to be. And you can't blame folks for getting a little impatient, which we were, waiting anxiously for this awesome SUV and for the reveal to happen in July. And now everybody is waiting to get, for the Bronco to move ahead and to get their Bronco spec'd and to, get their dealer appointed, and then to get things moving and to get a delivery date. So everybody's just waiting and waiting, for this to happen, waiting for the rollout and the expectation, and now the tops being made by the supplier and being made in an efficient and a quick way, and there's a delay because of that. And so there's so many things to wait through. But you know what? When it comes down to it, you're gonna forget all about that. When you get this Bronco, all of a sudden you get it ordered and you have yours, you're gonna forget all about the anticipation and the wait. It's almost like having a baby. You wait, and all of a sudden the baby comes and you're like, dog, this is something else. This is awesome, folks. This is the Automotive Reviews. Thanks for watching. Remember, like, share, and subscribe.
If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more interesting videos.